than we saw in the entire 70 minutes on that occasion. Sean McMahon, bit of concern about him. Colin Flynn and Padraig Quinn, the doctor, have come out to look at him. He wants to continue. And it's going to be Jamesy O'Connor to strike this. 3 points so far in the match. This to push his side further ahead, and he's put it over the bar. 4 points for Jamesy. That's 4 points from 4 shots. Clare lead by 2. Tip were very much the favourites going into this match.
Now they're getting right behind Clare now. Tip need to score.
Jerry Quinn over there, lets it drop down. Ollie Baker getting the stick to it. John Carroll here for Tipperary. Forward towards Mark O'Leary, head down. And he was fouled, the referee has decided, by Ollie Baker. And Ollie is protesting furiously that it was a perfectly fair flick away. Let's just look at this again and see whether Ollie had a case. I think the referee determined that he batted down onto the arm. Here it comes again here. Ollie felt he made a clean connection. This is going to be Owen Kelly to take this free.
Score here, John.
2 points so far for him. A vital one, as Cyril Farrell says, and he puts it over the bar. Never very much between these teams. Packed terraces here. Well over 40,000 people. And now John Lahey is about to come into the match.
Now the crowd will get going, John. This is what Tip hope to take over.
And it is Mark O'Leary who's making way. John Lahey about to come in to play in the championship for the 35th ever time. And where is he going to go to? In around the half-forward line.
If he got in wing forward, Jerry Quinn will pick him up.
He'll be hoping to lift Tipperary. He's certainly lifted the fans already. He was man of the match in 2 matches last year out of 4 that Tipperary played in the championship. That's belted forward by Paul Kelly. That's his brother. This is John Lahey. Here he comes inside. The pass goes astray. Brian Lowen's out after it. And the ball goes into midfield. Already you can sense the tension down there. Ollie Baker. Dropped by Markham. Having the presence of mind to try and link up with a colleague, but he puts the pass in the wrong position. Declan Ryan goes way out to try and get this one. Lahey has stayed inside there. He's gone in on Brian Lowen, and Lahey is down injured almost immediately, feeling his right knee. He looks to be in great distress.
I'd say his gone, Joe. Looks like it. Knee ligament or calf is gone. He went up all wrong into that ball. He came down bad on it.
So John Lahey in real distress. This is it again. He went in there to challenge and came down very awkwardly on the right leg, and the knee looks to be gone.
He's in pain, Joe.
Well, it's a very, very distressing injury, and they're calling for a stretcher. So within a minute of being in the game, John Lahey comes down really, really awkwardly, and he is going to have to go.
Well, they have the likes of Liam Cahill or Eugene O'Neill to come on probably.
Eugene O'Neill, I think, is the one they'll be bringing in. There he is, being prepared. And Nicky English just looking on there, not much he can do. It was his first touch there just moments ago here. Caught this ball, took it by Jerry Quinn. Played the hand pass immediately after that. But it was in the next incident when he stayed forward there, the one after that we've shown you a couple of times, that resulted in this rather dreadful looking injury here. Let's hope he'll be okay. This is Eugene O'Neill here, player with plenty of experience of playing in the championship.
Gerard, I wouldn't expect when Eugene O'Neill comes on, he'll hardly go out wing forward. You'll probably see the likes of Owen Kelly or Larry, probably Owen Kelly going out wing and Eugene going into the full forward line.
Yes, he's much more noted as a corner forward.
Corner or full, Gerard.
During this break here for that injury to Lahey, the players are getting bottles of water passed around. The water carriers have been very busy. Cyril Lyons here, taking this break in playing, using the opportunity to talk to his team once again. But it's a very sad picture to see John Lahey having to leave the match. An opportunity for Eugene O'Neill. It's not pretty to look at this one. The hard ground and everything, and he really felt it. It looks a desperate injury.
Not a nice sight, Gerard, to see any sportsman like that, and John Lahey's been one of the best. I just hope it isn't too bad.
Yes, let's hope we see him back again. Davy Fitzgerald pucking this one. Huge one down. Jamesy O'Connor trying to make it his. Eamon Corcoran losing this one out. Clare get it back, and it's once again Colin Lynch. Inside towards David Ford. Good catch. Looking for latitude, and he got just enough space. And he puts it over for his third point. He's the only one of the inside forward line scoring.
Yeah, he's given Paul Ormond a tough time. A very good catch under pressure here. Comes across, not onto his good side really, prefers the left, but gets another good score.
He's only had 3 chances, and he's got 3 points. And this was the latest. There could be a change of the marking alignment down there. Sean McMahon driving it down into the left corner forward position. Barry Murphy trying to race across for it. Left behind to Eamon Corcoran. Trying to wriggle his way free of the challenges. John Carroll. Consistent pressure here from Clare players everywhere and anywhere. Tip have it back. Brian O'Mara. Dropping it inside. Good catch. Taken under pressure by David Hoey. Great clearance by the right half back. Jamesy O'Connor is beaten for this one by John Carroll. Picking out Enright. Just spotted that he was free for just a moment. Not any longer. Great block down by Shawty McMahon. McMahon again stepping in here. And that'll be a throw ball. And I've noticed that David Kennedy is being prepared to only watch this in reprise once again. Could be that they have quite a concern about the form of Paul Ormond. And there's Markham. Back again it comes by Conor Gleeson. Forward by Carroll. Enright. The foul there is by David Hoey. Crowd didn't like it.
He's well off, Gerard, not to complain, because if we do it's at least 10 yards gone, and that's a scoreable free now for young Kelly.
They're still considering bringing David Kennedy into the Tipperary backline. Owen Kelly to hit this one. An important free, and he's got it right, and he puts it over the bar, and there's just 1 point between the teams.
At the moment, Gerard, Niall Giddens has gone centre forward. James O'Connor has gone wing, and Markham has gone in full forward.
Lots of switches and lots of changes. Davy Fitzgerald to puck this one out. Down towards Gilligan, as we say now on the 40. Stopped instead by Tommy Dunn. Batted once again down there by Brian Lohan, not too effectively. Lar Corbett here, getting away from Quinn. But a lot of pressure on him, and he just couldn't measure it. 1 point so far in the match for Lar Corbett.
Brian Lohan was complaining there, Jordy was held back from that ball.
A game of great intensity. Stakes enormous. Tony Carmody. Broken stick in there. It's the stick of Carmody. Here comes David Hoey. Knocking it in there towards Alan Markham. Now at full forward. And there is Paul Ormond. Great catch. Fed outside here towards Conor Gleeson. It was good work by Enright there. See if we a little bit of a chop down there. Ollie Baker told play away. Ollie does so, and he has put this one wide.
A lot of hard tackles going in here, Gerv. Tough physical stuff.
Two Garda colleagues there, right in the thick of the action in midfield. And David Kennedy is about to be brought in as we watch this once again. That's where the stick was broken a little while back. And it is Conor Gleeson who is going off the Tipperary team. David Kennedy has come in, and he's gone into centre half back.
Yeah, John, they push Paul Kelly up midfield. He'd actually like up midfield because he's much of a forward as a back. He'll love it.
Eamon Corcoran has gone to left half back. That's O'Mara. Coming through here, Kelly. And that is a free in. It was Eugene O'Neill who was fouled. Free in. This is where the tackles were flying in. Gearóid Considine is about to come into the Clare team. An important free once again. This to level the match. And it's put over the bar by Owen Kelly. His 5th free in this match, and that is the team's level now for 7 times. A real ding-dong battle. So it'll be Gearóid Considine who'll come in just a moment. Clare trying to make their change, and Barry Murphy is the one who is going off. Didn't really have a productive evening here. Considine, of course, who played in the league final against Tipperary. So on he goes. Can he now make a difference? He's gone in towards full forward. Here's the fresh man in, Gearóid Considine. He'll be anxious to make a really good start here, get his confidence going. David Ford expected the challenge to come in from Tomás Costello, and in it came.
Considine has lovely wrist, Ger. Would prefer out wing forward or midfield, but he's a natural hurler.
Well, looking at the positioning of the players right now, he's gone in towards top of the left. Cyril Lyons then, hoping that his side can get a few decent scores over the next few minutes. Ollie Baker drops it in. Markham chases, gets a little touch in it as well. David Kennedy trying to get the ball out. They wait for Ollie Baker to come onto it. A little bit slow in coming, but he came and he didn't get the score, and he's put it wide. That is a total now of 9 wides for Clare. But anybody's match.
Yeah, it's in the melting pot, Ger.
This is where Ollie Baker was a little bit slow and static. That's Jerry Quinn. Jamesy O'Connor whipping it down there towards Gearóid Considine of Clare. The attack is kept going. It's Colin Lynch making great runs through the middle. David Kennedy trying to stem the tide. And again the referee is going to throw the ball in, and he's been quite busy doing that this afternoon. We had a walk on the surface earlier on, sir. It looked very good, but some of the players' first touch is not exactly what you expect.
Yeah, I'd say it's very tense out there, Gerard, so the pitch is lovely, but the ball, we've never as many throw in.
Could be at it again in just a second. Finally Clare get it back, and it's Niall Gilligan. Gilligan with the shot, he's put it wide. Might be just a little bit put off by the close attention of Paul Ormond there as he was firing in his shot. But he has yet to score. Well, the good news is that John Lahey has just walked back to take a seat on the bench. So let's hope it's not as serious as we feared a little while back. Eugene O'Neill inside to Lark Horvath. O'Mara's here. Good attack, good movement. Great defensive work. Frank Lowen, was there too many steps been taken? The referee says play away. It's O'Mara. Look at the sheer intensity of the Clare backs there. Frank Lowen thundering out of defence. Great clearance. Well, they've denied Tipperary there an absolutely certain score, it seemed. David Kennedy, great block down by Jamesy O'Connor. He's lost the stick. Here comes Paul Ormond. Great ball inside for Declan Ryan. Allowed a bit of space by David Hoey. 3 men around him, and he's fouled in the end. It wasn't a fair tackle, the referee decides, on the part of Brian Lowen, the Clare captain, and it's a free into Tip. They can go in front here. Great catch there, but you could see immediately they were trying to close him down. In the end, the referee decided he didn't like the nature of the shoulder.
Harsh enough decision, Joe, but that's the way it goes.
Owen Kelly sweeps it over the bar. He's got 6 points in this match. Some great free taking, and Tipperary have a 1-point lead. But still, a lot of hurling to play. Davy Fitzgerald from 6 Mile Bridge, playing today in his 34th championship match. In towards Ollie Baker. Second time of asking, but a very good steal there. Great play by Tommy Dunn, the captain. Across here to Eamon Corcoran. Tip in full flow at this stage. And the shot has gone wide. Credit to Tony Carmody that time. He tracked back the whole time and didn't make it easy for the centre half back.
Just have the feeling, Joe, that if Tip get another point to do, they could pull away, but Clare is still in this game, and the forwards of Clare haven't really functioned at all yet, only David Ford.
Remember matches in the past couple of years between these two counties, and very often a goal could turn a match. That's Jamesy O'Connor. He's turned this one over the bar.
That's a great score. And his favourite wing forward position coming across in the middle, without a look, just bang it over.
Well, it's quite a contest for the second week in a row, and of course already a great match in Connacht football this afternoon. Now let's see who's going to win this one. Place in this year's Guinness Munster final at stake. Tommy Dunn taking it forward for Tipperary. Again, the first touch not great. Back to John Carroll. Hitting it in towards Lar Corbett. He's done well. And Corbett, from an almost impossible angle, couldn't put it over. He's put it wide instead.
The hand went to catch it, Jerry, kind of shot over his shoulder under pressure.
It was a great catch. Good work by the number 15. That runs past everybody bar Paul Ormond, who's played a lot better now in the last 10 minutes. Up towards Declan Ryan. Broke down off Quinn's stick, out to Sean McMahon of Clare. Down to Garroyd Considine. David Kennedy, the fresh man in. Hand passing it back that time to Philip Marr, who's outstanding for Tipperary in the opening 35 minutes. Brian O'Mara can't win it. Instead, it is David Hoey. Down towards David Ford. Considine. Inside towards Alan Markham. And the chance just wouldn't come from him. Good work again by Paul Ormond, playing with a great deal more confidence at this stage. Pressure on Jerry Quinn over there. Tip trying to build, stopped however. And again it is Colin Lynch who's back helping out, having a great match. Frank Lowen. It pops down into the arms eventually of Tony Carmody. 4 Tipperary players about. The final shot is by the freshman in Garroyd Considine, and great work once again by the goalkeeper. It's some battle here. This is Eddie Enright. Great passage of play here. Great flowing movement up and down the field. Alan Markham. Beautifully taken up by David Ford. Is there a score at the end of all of this? Oh, Ford might have gone for a point. I don't know what he was trying to do.
Between 2 minds, Jerry should have gone for it as such. Eddie Enright at the moment, Jerry, is out around midfield and he's clearing the ball right, but it's actually going back up to Sean McMahon where he should be himself, and there's no one on him.
Well, this was a real chance for Clare here, but it was missed by David Ford. Score of 3 points already in the game. Referee's going up to have a word. with a couple of players. One of them is Lar Corbett, and I think it's a blood injury. Indeed it is, a facial injury, so he goes off for treatment, and they want to get him off quickly. It's like a pit stop in Formula 1 motor racing, and they want to get a fresh man in, and the new man to come in there will be their substitute, Liam Cahill.
Yeah, young Corbett got a belt in the last tip tack across the face.
So Cahill comes in, goes straight into the corner. Brian O'Mara coming across here, delivering the hand pass outside there to Paul Kelly. And
that's it,
over the bar.
He likes it out there. This fella's a good hurler. They're all from Mullinahone and they're great bits of stuff. He loves going forward.
Well, that's his first point, but now playing in midfield, very much an attacking midfield player. Tip slow to close him down, or rather Clare slow to close him down. Davy Fitzgerald. Sticks rising up for that one. Comes back towards David Hoey. Hoey had Sean McMahon alongside him had he needed him. Here's David Kennedy. Game is a terrific match at this stage. John Carroll and the referee has seen a late foul, and it's a free to Tipperary. Dickie Murphy took early action, booking Jerry Quinn and Mark O'Leary the very first moment of the game, it seemed. And since then it's by and large settled down. No more bookings since that opening minute. Free to Tipperary. Tommy Dunn, their captain, from Toomevara, famous club known as the Greyhounds. Inside towards Declan Ryan, but it comes out again towards Eddie Enright this time. Frank Lowen trying to close the space. Brian Lowen is out there as well, but it leaves Declan Ryan free, and Declan Ryan puts it over the bar.
Good score, great play by Eddie Enright. Roll two tackles, get a lovely pass back to Declan Ryan and over the bar. Tip and stretch that 2 points, and unless Clare can get a goal or so, like Tip are just edging that little bit in front, Chair.
You saw there the two Lowens committed themselves to the one man, left Declan Ryan free. And it's 13 points to 11. Interesting that the player who's receiving attention right now, who is Lar Corbett, is going to have to change his shirt. All teams now to bring a second set of jerseys with them. Here's Brian Lowen. Out to David Hoey. Towards David Ford. Deflected it away out towards the right-hand side. Markham. Got it up at the second time of asking, but did he pick it off the ground? He did. It's just curious that so many players are having difficulty picking that ball up into their sticks. About 10 minutes to go. Plus, I would say an extra 3-4 minutes because of the John Lahey injury. Everybody looking up into the skies on a very clear afternoon. Out it comes to Brian O'Mara, and O'Mara is inch perfect. He puts it over. A great point. It's his first. Tip seem to be turning this around. They lead by 3 points.
Yeah, Joe, they're tipping in points over, playing good combination play, and unless Clare can come with a goal, they're going to slipping further and further behind.
Enda Flannery is being prepared. He was on earlier for a blood injury as a replacement. He may have a bit more time later on. David Ford going this way and that, foul, free in.
David Forger is one of the 2 forwards, himself and James O'Connor, that have clicked today. The rest of the Clare forwards aren't really functioning.
The free taker will be James O'Connor. 5 points so far, and that is over the bar. It's an important one.
We're still going to have a good game, John. Our hands back to 2 points. Well, I think the sub coming here.
We've already had a very good game. It's 14 points to 12. Enda Flannery coming back in, and the player going out is Tony Carmody. Appreciating now he doesn't have to give any little slip of paper to Dickie Murphy. That's the responsibility of the 4th official. He's gone into centre half forward, marking David Kennedy. David Ford is going to the right corner of the attack. Markham comes back out to the right half forward. Meanwhile, it's O'Mara going away from David Hoey. He's looking for another one. He's put this one wide. It was almost in the exact same position where he scored just about 2 minutes ago.
He's beginning to feel a lot of ball in there.
So changes aplenty. I'm sure we'll have a few more yet.
There's a new one, Ger. Number 30 is getting ready for Tipperary.
I think it looks like Lark Corbett. He's just... So he's the player who's coming back into the action. Lark Corbett, the left corner forward. They'll be hoping to double his score very shortly. He's just got 1 point in the match. David Ford running into the challenge there from Paul Ormond. James O'Connor, another point would do nicely for Clare, and he provides it.
Fantastic score, Jerry. Again, David Ford did all the donkey work, took the tackles, let the few bets come across the pitch now and give a good pass out to Jamesy over the bar, and it's down to 1 point again.
But what will concern Cyril, I'm sure, Cyril Lyons, is the fact that Alan Markham, Niall Gilligan have not scored. Jamesy has. He's got 7 in all. 7 out of 7. 7 shots at the target. Great return. Lark Corbett, the number 30, can't take it. Instead it's O'Mara. Almost threw that ball inside for Eugene O'Neill. Straight at Davy Fitzgerald. A 1 point game. Tipperary leading. Between injury time, etc., there's still going to be about 8-9 minutes to play. And that's Garroyd Considine. He can't steer it on target, and it still remains at 14 points to 13. Possibilities that Clare may make another change. Wonder if they might consider giving a run to Anthony Daly, their great captain of recent years. This is well taken here, Eddie Enright. And that's hand passed ahead to the man who's marking Sean McMahon. A poor clearance this time, he mishit it. John Carroll firing it in. Inside to Declan Ryan. Ryan trying to go high, but he's fouled by Brian Lohan, and it's going to be a free in to Tipperary. Tip can lead by 2.
Ryan will be happy. Lovely, good low trajectory ball in from caught it well under pressure. Actually scored it, but it's a free in.
Brian Lohan deciding he might as well put the pressure on the free taker. But it's a relatively easy free. Owen Kelly, 6 points his tally so far. Just 20 metres out. He doesn't miss those. That's a very good return. No trace of nerves in his performance as Tip lead by 2 points.
Even though it's a nice lead, Jared, it's a very, very dangerous lead in hurling.
Davy Fitzgerald. Clare will feel there's still plenty of time and hardly feel the need to go for goals at this early stage. Alan Markham tearing through. He's got David Ford outside. The pass gets into the hands of David Ford, and he's put it over. David Ford's point means he's got 4. And now it's 15 points to 14. Will we have a winner here this evening? I would begin to wonder. Markham made it. And Ford came on the right-hand side to fire it over. Markham with a great pass. Hoy trying to take possession here. Doesn't quite come up the first time for him. Paul Kelly now operating around midfield. Declan Ryan into that midfield area, goes straight to Enda Flannery. Tommy Dunn trying to get it on the stick. Brian Lohan well away out of his full back position at this stage. Here he is. Here's Lohan. Down. Beyond the full forward. Gilligan trying to get in the challenge here. Steady play. Good clearance under pressure by Tomás Costello of Tipperary. Well, I'm sure Brian Lohan was wondering, could he replicate the point by Diarmuid O'Sullivan last Sunday of Cork, measured officially at 110 yards. Nice take up this time. Tipperary with just a 1-point lead. Louis Mulqueen there, John Minogue of course as well, and Cyril Lyons thinking of a change. Eddie Enright, and that's out over the sideline. It's going to be Clare's ball. There are going to be 3 minutes of added time to play, and we've got another 2 minutes here, so another 5 minutes of action. Well, it seemed that John Lahey was down for longer than 3 minutes, I have to admit. But it's all up to the referee. Ollie Baker. Just a point between them. Tipperary leading by 15 points to 14. Clare hoping to score from this attack. The Tipperary backs doing well, however, denying them space, but they get it back, Clare. And here comes Markham. Ooh, what a steal that is there by Paul Ormond. He might have had some shaky moments earlier in this half, but he settled down brilliantly. Baker. And it comes off Baker. It's a tip ball. This was a great steal here by Paul Ormond, and that is where Clare could have levelled this match. It's as tight as that, as close as that. It's been a marvellous contest, and I've noticed that PG O'Connell is getting ready to come into the action, and he'll be wearing number 22. One last opportunity perhaps. The referee taking some water on board as well in a match where Clare had 33 scoring chances to Tipperary's 24. And Niall Gilligan is the one who's been taken off in favour of PJ O'Connell.
Tip need a good line ball here. Last one wasn't so great. They need a good one here.
It comes back again towards David Hoey. Enright has played his heart out for Tipperary, and that's a foul there on Enda Flannery. It'll be a free for Clare. Sean McMahon will take it. Just a few seconds of the 70 remaining. This is what led up to it. Flannery going down. There will still be 3 minutes, as we know, to play. Can Clare draw level here?
What's the messenger on the draw?
Get fair odds. 3 points from free so far for Sean McMahon. From the middle of the field, it's going away to the left. Still in play. Tip get it back. Great play by the fullback, Philip Maher. Huge cheers from the supporters of the Premier County, but it's Colin Lynch who has it once again, and the referee has decided that it's a case of taking far too many steps on the part of Colin Lynch, and it's a free to Tipperary. What a last few couple of minutes we're getting. Lynch took a lot of steps that time. Tip are about to make another change. They're about to bring in Liam Cahill once more. He was in for a few minutes for the blood injury, and it's Lar Corbett who's been taken off. 2 minutes to play. Corbett off. Possession now vital here. They bring Brendan Cummins up from the goalkeeping position as Liam Cahill is introduced. This free is 50 metres from the Tipperary goal. He gives it everything. Huge, but going towards the right. Tip struggling to try and get hold of that ball over there. Clare defending valiantly. Number 2 is Frank Lohan.
Tip will be quite happy, Ger, if the ball stays up in that corner for the next few minutes.
There will be 1 further minute to play. The referee looks like he's going to throw this ball in, and not for the first time. Declan Ryan and Frank Lohan. Teams have trained all through the year. Intense training to win this match, to get to the Munster final. Only a point between them, and Dickie Murphy indicates that that decision is going Clare's way. 45 seconds to go. Is his team to drop out of the championship? No more hurling for whoever loses here today until about next February or March. Miss hit. Tip might get it back. They try to work it inside there through Owen Kelly, and the referee says it's going to be a free to Clare. Less than 30 seconds to go, perhaps one more attack. Can Clare draw level? Will Tip keep their noses ahead? Another gripping occasion at Páirc Uí Chaoimh for the second week in a row. Davy Fitzgerald firing it down, the final whistle, it's all over, and Tipperary have beaten Clare in the Guinness Munster Championship semi-finals. Clare's delight for you. It was a really intense contest. Jamesy O'Connor distraught. Paul Kelly going across to say you did your best. Tip will feel they were the best, but we told you already that Clare created more chances, but Tip took that extra point that mattered, and now they're in the Munster final, and they will be playing against either Limerick or Waterford, who meet next Sunday.
Yeah, you'd have to say, Gerard, that the player forwards didn't really function. Only David Ford and James O'Connor. The rest wouldn't function at all. A lot of ball, but no scores.
Yeah, they had their chances, no doubt about that. O'Mara came through there brilliantly to get one fine score, pulled by just a point. Tipperary 15, Clare 14. What an occasion.
What are your thoughts on the game?
I'm hardly sure whether we won it or not, to be honest with you. It was a super game. And we always knew that we were going to get a very tight game here. I think there was a big fear of losing in Tipperary. You know, sometimes in a situation like that, players don't play to their potential. And I think the old failing at Clare, they left us in the game really when we shouldn't have been in it. And you know, right at the end, you know, the young legs. That's the pressure cooker out there. And you know, being a great player in '95 or '97 is no guarantee of being a great player in 2001. And you know, we had players playing today that weren't even minors when Clare won the All-Ireland, you know, so we move on, and hopefully, you know, this will be a big step in the development of the team, because, you know, now you get to Croke Park, and the last time we were in Croke Park, we didn't play very well, you know.
There were times when Clare played very, very well. Would you have been worried at those times?
I was worried all through, to be honest with you. I'm still worried, but it was great. I think the important thing for us looking on from here is last year we didn't perform in the Munster final, we didn't perform in the All-Ireland quarter-final. There was a lot of euphoria over beating Clare last year. Hopefully it's not as big a deal for our supporters and our players this year. You know, it's just a step on the way, and you know, we look forward to being in the Munster final, and hopefully we'll give a better account of ourselves than we were last year.
There was some worry about some of your younger players that they would find it very, very tough today. What do you say about that?
I think they did find it very tough, to be honest with you, Vinny, and I think Larry and Owen got a massive baptism. You know, they didn't get the ball easy. You know, they won no easy ball, and you know, ultimately, like, the two Lowens are magnificent, and it's a shame there has to be a loser. I remember saying last year when Waterford were beaten in the early part of the year, it's a stupid system. I mean, Brian Lohan and Frank Lohan are so fit now, they've ploughed up the hills in Lahinch for the last 6 months, and they've nowhere to go tomorrow into a pub. It's a pity, it's a shame, the system is wrong.
Anyway, Nicky, congratulations and thank you very much.
And as Ger said, a terrific contest. That's what it was. No open play like we had last Sunday, but two teams that gave it their absolute best for the 70 minutes, and very, very tough looking Clare to go out by 1 point.
To go out altogether, as Nicky English said at the championship, and gone. There's something funny about the system, isn't there?
That's the killing thing about it. They've trained so hard, and now what have to do for the rest of the year? For the next 12 months, really. They have nothing for the next 12 months. If Tip lost, it would be the same story. So very, very tough looking to go out.
Michael Dignan, I suppose in a game that's won by a point, there's always a little incident here, a shot here, that kind of make a difference. You picked out one thing that early in the second half could have made a big difference.
Yeah, I think so. See the ball here coming back into Mark O'Leary here, and Ollie Baker, you know, you think he'd get away from beautiful tackle. Absolutely, if you're training, if you had a coaching manual, you'd show it. Look at here. Mark O'Leary plays the ball, Ollie flicks it away, and Dickie Murphy gives the free in, and that's scored by Tipperary.
Yes.
And then later in the game, he pulled up Colin Lynch for overcarrying, and I watched that. He only took 4 steps. He played the ball on the 4th step, and that was a crucial. He was attacking. They were a point behind. I think both of those incidents had a big bearing on the game. But I think the turning point of the game was David Kennedy coming on for Tipperary at centre back, completely turned the tide and imposed himself on the game. And Declan Ryan came into the game at full forward, and I think those two players really brought Tipperary through today.
Early in the second half, Ger, Clare's defending was quite good. Unfortunately, it was up the other side. They had a few problems, it has to be said, but certainly they defended as best as they could.
Both defences were absolutely outstanding, and people were saying these were the weak links of both teams, but both of them were absolutely fabulous. Now look at here, the marking of the Clare defence. Men appearing out of nowhere. O'Mara seems here to be truth. The two Lohans right across, devour him. He turns around, actually should have been pulled for over-carrying. He gets another chance. Brian Lohan still there with him. He still closed down again. Baker is back there, and then Frank comes out of the ball, past 2 tackles and clears it out. Now that typified the Clare defence today, but as Michael has said, you know, the Tipperary full back line, everybody thought after the league final they were poor. They were absolutely fantastic, the 3 of them. David Kennedy coming into the centre was what really steadied the game. And now Tip have their half back line.
Yeah.
Carroll, Kennedy, Cochran. That's a brilliant half back line. For Clare, Brian Quinn, David Hoey, everybody thought they'd be cleaned out. They were absolutely fantastic, as well as the 2 Lohans. And of course, Shawnee was out on his own. Jerry Quinn had a great game of wing back. So it was a defender's game. Both defences brilliant. Clare forwards, only 2 played. Can't expect to win.
No, well, didn't win either, unfortunately, from a Clare point of view. OK, let's just confirm then the scores.